Hello everyone. Today we are going to solve the LeetCode SQL question. Name article views 1. There is a table name called views which have a column name, article ID, author ID, viewer ID and view date. Now write a solution to find all the authors that viewed at least one of their own articles. Return the result table sorted by ID in ascending order. The result format is in the following example. Here there is an example also. Input views table, article ID, author ID, viewers ID and view date, and then output. So first first understand what the question is really asking in simple terms. We have a table called views where every row tells us that a certain viewer watched an article written by an author on a specific date. Now the key condition in the question is we need to find those authors who have viewed their own articles at least once. This means we are only interested in those rows where author ID and viewer ID are the same, because that represents a person viewing their own article. Also, since the table may contain duplicate rows, we should ensure that each author appears only once in the final output. Finally, the results should be sorted in ascending order of the author ID. Now let's build the SQL query step by step and connect each line with the requirement of the question. We start by writing select distinct author ID as ID. Here select is used because we want to retrieve data. The question asks us to return the list of authors, so we select author ID. We rename it as ID using SID because the output format in the question expects the column name to be ID. We also use distinct because the table can have duplicate rows and we don't want the same author appearing multiple times in the result. Okay, so next, from views, this tell SQL that our data is coming from the views table, which is the only table given in the question. So now the most important condition is where author ID equal to viewer ID. This directly comes from the requirement authors that viewed at least one of their own articles. The only way to identify this is when the author ID and viewer ID are equal, meaning the same person is both the author and the viewer. Finally, order by ID ASC. So this question, the question clearly says that the result should be sorted in ascending order. So we sorted by ID, which is our alias for author ID, in ascending order using ASC. Now putting everything together, the final query is select distinct author ID as ID from views table where author ID equal to viewer ID, order by ID ASC. Now let's run this query. So this query correctly filters authors who viewed their own articles, removes duplicates and returns the result in the required sorted format. Thank you.